we are here at COP in Egypt, COP27, and I have the pleasure to receive actually some of the important members of GCCA. I have Dominik and Achten next to me from Heidelberg Materials. I have Chana Poomee from BCG, and I have Fernando González from CEMEX, all CEOs of their respective companies. Gentlemen, thank you for being here and for attending. I mean, we have a few simple questions. Guys, to start with, you're at COP. What are you doing at COP?
Yeah, great question, Thomas. Good morning from my side. I think, COP, it's all about putting things in action. That's great for us at Heidelberg Materials. We want to put things in action, not only globally with the most ambitious target in the industry to decarbonize, but also putting things in action in Africa, because we're here in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. And I think we're moving really also in Egypt and in Ghana and many other places to decarbonize the industry.
Thank you. Chana?
Yes. This time I'm come with proud of, because as you may know that we also quite success, very good progress there in Thailand. We come to announce our success. That one thing. Second thing, I think thanks so much for the GCCA, TCMA and TCA, and also the government agency that quite support us a lot. And also this the friend that share the knowledge that we can circulate our knowledge and best practice. Yes, that for my side.
Fernando, you also come from a long way.
Yeah, I think COP is a great forum to kind of update on what's going on in our industry and in other industries. It's an opportunity to learn from others and an opportunity also to convey messages from our industry and of course our company. So this is a great opportunity to make that update.
Thank you very much. Second question, actually, it's a bit of a segue from what Fernando was commenting. We have, the decade to deliver. Everybody talks about the 2020, 2030 as the decade to deliver. We are almost 1/3 through the decade, 3 years already. How do you judge the progress made so far? And where do you think, how do you assess our actual position today? We'll start with you, Dominik.
I think, Thomas, the momentum has massively increased. If we go back 2 or 3 years, I have to say, and you guys from GCCA have done a fantastic job in accelerating that across the world, to your point. I think we really got the momentum. I think we talked about that yesterday also. I think there is a lot of momentum in the companies. That's what we feel. And we should use this momentum now to really push things into action. Target setting is done. We have very ambitious targets. You have got the roadmap at GCCA in place. And now the companies need to deliver. You can help with the GCCA, but we as the companies need to deliver, and we are absolutely on it. And I think in the traditional levers, in carbon capture, utilization and storage, there are so many projects already in place. They are actually happening. So I'm super positive that we get this done.
Thank you. Chana?
I feel the same. Very fantastic network that we have been doing together for 3 years, and also for my side. Last year, just announced the success of the 300,000 ton CO2 reduction in Thailand. That faster than our target 1 year. And right now, we also have 23 mission that we have planned to withdraw our OPC out from our Thailand market. That we will get 1 million ton reduction. That also quite positive sign from our Thailand, because of the government also quite strongly support to our industry. That we hope that within next 2 years, 2024, will be only a low carbon cement there in Thailand. And I think we are on the track, even 1/3 of the 2030. Yes.
Fernando?
Yeah, what I can comment is that I think 3 years ago we started seeing this momentum that Dominik is referring to, and we all, and together with GCCA, started thinking on how ambitious we should be. What is it that we should pursue, at what speed? How deep our companies in our industry needing to go through really deliver on this transition towards a low carbon economy. And I think that job is not done yet. So we continue thinking and complementing our commitments of different types. But at the same time, what I see in these 3 years, and that is growing more and more, is that on top of complementing our commitments to 2030 and the aspiration to 2050, now we need to demonstrate that we are delivering. So in years past, 100% were commitments, aspirations, and nowadays we need to complement that, but we need to show that action is taking place. And it's happening. The carbonization is happening in different ways.
So you mentioned about the difficulties of getting to 2030, the challenge. What are these challenges on the road, and how do you think we can overcome them?
Because of the nature of the commitments we're doing this time, I think is different when compared to other efforts in the past, because this time is about the whole ecosystem. You know, how is it that we can decarbonate or use carbon capture if we don't have the technology, or we don't have the companies that are providing these technologies that I understand have to be completely mature for our industry. So this time we need a sort of an open innovation system, and bringing a number of different technologies that in the past were not, we were not trying to understand them and to incorporate into our plants. Solar energy, for instance, for not only for electricity but for clinker production and other issues. So this time I see this number of or this new ecosystem in innovation of different types. I'm not referring only to radical innovation. I'm referring to the traditional levers in our industry, where lots of innovation is happening also.
So Dominik, you have any additional challenge?
Yeah, I think as we learn, to Fernando's point, as GCCA, but also as the companies, we learn all a lot now as we go along, and there are so many more things to find out. But that's also true for the regulators. In our discussions with governments and politicians, we also realize that they want to learn a lot with us to set then the right standards. We are the secondly most widely used product on the planet, and they need to understand and want to understand how do they pave the way for us to make it happen. And I think we need that. And that's also true for the financing, it's true for the permitting, it's true for the standard setting. So there are still a lot of things we need to crack, but we've got the energy to do it.
On good hope that we're in good way. Chana, anything to add?
First, I think the same law and regulation that are very important for everywhere. The second, in my mind, is the technology transition, because we still have to operate in the old technology, and also have to add more and more the better technology that can overcome our crisis. The third one, I think, is market transition. It's not our alone, but we also have to take care on the part of the customer and also other stakeholder. That these three challenges, in my point of view, if we can have very strong support from the advanced country or developed country to support the technology and also the green funding to a company like us, we have a passion to deliver more and more, but have to strongly support from all the network.
There are people out there that are a bit skeptical about our ability to reach the 1.5 scenario. That's 2050, that's a long far away. But as for our sector, how confident you are that we are on the right track and we have the technologies and we can actually make it happen? Chana, I will start with you this time.
Everyone quite anxiety about how we can achieve the 1.5 target. As we discuss now, in my mind, think that if we take an action and see how it works, and we rotate and action again, and also ask for the help from our partner, or our stakeholder, or even our friend to support. I think it's quite sure that we can achieve that part. If we just only think and afraid of, for sure.
Pace of action. Fernando?
Well, I'm not surprised of meeting and knowing skeptical people, people with skepticism about the possibility of our industry to move forward in comply with the 1.5 degree scenario. I think that's natural. When there is a change of of this magnitude, I can understand people not understanding, not believing, but I think we have the responsibility to show them, to educate people in general, particular differences for particular audiences, but in general. And I think we have now the clarity, the information, the technology, and the ways to demonstrate that first, our products are, and will continue being essential for society. Second, that the transition is feasible. There are traditional levers in our industry that we have used in the past, but not with the focus and with the speed and the amount of dedication and investments that are taking those traditional levers forward and achieving much larger reductions of CO2, as much as 40-50%. So that's very important. So the transition is feasible. We can show it. We have done it, to some extent in recent years. And the other part of the skepticism that I've been hearing is that even if that is feasible, it's going to destroy value. I mean, the idea of businesses transitioning to a green and circular economy sounds like you are going to invest and you're not going to get any returns on those investments. So we need to show that on top of our products being essential and the transition be feasible, is that the transition is profitable. And that's very important because, a green economy has to be green and has to be a healthy economy.
Dominik, maybe I give you the last word on that one.
Yeah, there's not much more to add, Thomas. I'm at a clear answer to your question. I'm absolutely convinced we get it done. To Fernando's point, I think yes, there are still things that we will learn along the way, but the good news is we know today that this product can be fully decarbonized. Whether we will get it done everywhere in the world at the same time, no, but we don't need to. I think once we figure it out, it's a matter of implementation. If it's a matter of getting the framework in place, it's a matter of convincing our customers to also join that journey. And then I think, to Fernando's point, we can make this a profitable one, not only for our investors, but also for society to solve this challenge that we thought, let's face reality, Thomas, 2 or 3 years ago, we thought this is never going to work. We now know it will work.
Thank you. I think this is a great message for the end. This is very positive, so I thank you very much for taking the time to answer the questions and to talk to the GCCA members across the world. We have here a very nice panel. Thank you very much, guys, for the message of hope on, actually more than hope, action on delivery. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas.
This side.
We'll get it done.